There's no hopeless life as a person, as a man who is quarreling with his own father and his own mother. You go to witch doctors when your things are not moving well and you think that they've bewitched you. I want to tell you today, the biggest witchcraft is relationships that are not fixed between you and your parents. There's nothing wrong with you going back to your mother's house and clean up the graves of your own fathers. There's nothing wrong. I didn't say worship them. Clean them up. In my tribe, there's a proverb that says, never allow your son to marry a girl when you have not seen the grandfather's graves. Where the grandfathers are buried. This represents our history. The roots support the tree. The tree does not support the roots. If you water your roots, you will have fruits. That is the Bible. Honor your father and your mother. The only commandment that has an insurance policy. And your days will be many that the Lord will give you. Prayer does not substitute personal responsibility at a family level. I challenge this church to its roots. We cannot have members who are easily convinced that they must return 10% of their salaries as tithe and offerings, yet they are sending 200 rand to their own mothers and fathers. You are worse than pagans. Your responsibility to the church cannot be more than your responsibility to your own family. Because you want to bribe God and bribe angels so that you enter heaven. How can you say you love God whom you have never seen when you hate the parents who have brought you into existence? If your religion makes you look after it more than your own parents, the Bible calls you a non-believer, worse than a pagan. Go and read for yourself. We are about to fuck stop order. Do you have a stop order to your mother? Elders. You want to pay tithe so that you have an office in the church, is it? True African spirit says, take your responsibility seriously. That is first bus stop before you run the church. This is the reason why I sometimes say, if we're not careful, we're going to develop a cult. What is a cult? A cult is that which takes human beings away from their families and creates an artificial family somewhere called Adventism. All of a sudden, your parents are demons. Those who don't believe in you in Adventism have become Satan. We're not Adventism, we Adventists, we Adventists, we Adventists. Before you notice it, David Koresh came out of that ideology. Fascist, you keep on driving that agenda, you end up in the midst of nowhere, where you can no longer recognize your own family for the sake of the church. That cannot be African. Africans will start at home. And what religion is it that will make you divorce your own parents? Trees, you water. Hello? You water your trees. Whether ubaba uthenga icuba afake emakhaleni, water that tree. Whether your mother is a sangoma or mtakati or a witch doctor, water that tree. God is not a fool. This is the door through which you came into existence. The prayers of your parents are far much more important than the prayers of your pastors. When your parents wish you well, it will be well with you. When your mother goes on you, go and try. Go and try. Make deals. You'll come back home with pockets that have holes. Why? Because when you don't secure your roots, you can never have fruits on the top side. Fruits we eat. Enjoy life, guys. Don't be too tight, only to end up in the grave. Come and join me. Let's ride bikes. Let's have fun. Enjoy life in the days of your youth, before the days of evil come nigh, when you shall say, I have no pleasure in them. Here are people that you are not allowed to sleep with. The door that you came through, you don't touch. Huh? Unyogo. Nabokoko. It's a no-go area. It's an abomination in Africa. Where your father came from, just to see her nakedness is a curse. Later on, to sleep with her, unacceptable. Your mother, no, don't even listen to those Europeans and Americans who swear and say motherfucker. No, we do not fuck mothers in Africa. Okay? We do not do that as Africans. So ugogo, no mama, and no go area. Seeds that come out of you, no go area. Those are for another generation. No rape, please. Uncles, don't touch cousins and etc. Most dangerous group are relatives when it comes to children abuse. Children, no go area. Rape, it's a non-starter. If you want to be a sinner, become a professional sinner. Don't become wicked and sinful at the same time. Ukuthi ikuku uyayifuna usiyodlwengula futhi then uyagula ngempela. Iyatholakala like 5 rand. Meka 10 rand ungafaka i-deposit. I'm saying if you want to be a sinner, then be professional about it. Because vele usuzimisele ukuthi uyesihogweni, you may just go properly. I'm not saying prostitution is allowed, but I'm saying if you feel that you cannot control yourself, you would rather go to those that are willing. Than raping those that still have a future to anticipate. If I find you, it will be easier to take a milestone. Anyone who causes these young ones to fall, it would have been easy to find a milestone, put it on their necks, and throw them in the sea where they can never be remembered. Why does God say that? Because when you destroy a young person, you have destroyed another generation. So I'm talking to many here. If it was your habit of touching small girls and etc., ayimelapha. Ngicela uphenduke, guquke, unikeze umphefumulo wakho kuThixo. Ufune uyodla lapho uvunyelwe ukudla khona. Since you're already a sinner, you may as well sin properly than becoming a source of destruction in the community. In conclusion, every man in his house must have a chair. Amen. I had to make myself one in my own house. Where is the organizer of this function? Mashudu Ravengan. Where is he? He cannot run away because he was busy giving me advices. Hey, I want you to be in your best of behavior today. What? Come and sit here. Trying to become Malume to me, you know. Come and sit here. I want to see your facial expression here so that I know. Don't run away from me. Now, from here we can now record this for the GC. Amen. This is now kosher for the rest of the year. Every man must make a chair, and every man must sit on his chair, executing judgment in his house. Avoid talking to your women and children while you are standing. They will never respect you. Start learning how to sit and talk. When you call your children to come to you and they find you seated, don't tell them to sit down. Just keep quiet until it rings a bell that they cannot talk to you while they are looking on your head. There is more power in silence than in words. There is no woman who has been beaten by a man who is sitting down. Teach your women to sit down when they talk to you. Avoid conversations while you are standing and pointing at each other. It results in violence. When a man is seated, the woman cannot help but sit also. And when children find daddy sitting on a chair, mommy sitting on a smaller chair, and then you call a child, they have to sit on the floor. There is order here. Go to Cash Crusaders, go to pawn shops, go and look for a chair. A nice different chair that no children sit on. Nice chair and a small little table on the side. When you call for water, they must bring it here. When the results from school come, they must find you sitting here and say, now sit down, tell me, what did we do this term? Engage them.